Understanding the basics of American government. To begin, government power in the United States is divided over 3 levels through the system of federalism. The federal government, state governments, and local governments have separate responsibilities as shown on this slide. The responsibilities listed are only some of the many responsibilities of each level. Within the federal or national government, there are 3 branches: the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. These branches complement each other in their actions in government. The president serves a 4-year term and is limited to 2 terms. However, if, due to some extraordinary circumstances, he is forced to step in for the existing president in the last 2 years of that president's term, the president may serve 10 years. Senators serve 6-year terms and are not limited to the number of terms they serve. Members of the House of Representatives serve 2-year terms and are also not limited to their number of terms. Supreme Court justices are appointed for life. The state government has a similar breakdown of power, with different parts making up each branch. One benefit that comes from having 3 branches of government is the checks and balances system. Each branch checks the other's power to ensure that none of the branches abuse their power. Examples of these checks are shown here. This chart shows a brief overview of how a bill becomes a law. Following, Schoolhouse Rock, I'm Just a Bill will take you through the process.
I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. When I started, I wasn't even a bill, I was just an idea. Some folks back home decided they wanted a law passed, so they called their local congressman, and he said, "You're right, there ought to be a law." Then he sat down and wrote me out and introduced me to Congress, and I became a bill. And I'll remain a bill until they decide to make me a law. I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I got as far as Capitol Hill. Well, now I'm stuck in committee, and I'll sit here and wait while a few key congressmen discuss and debate whether they should let me be a law. I hope and pray that they will, but today I am still just a bill.
Listen to those congressmen arguing. Is all that discussion and debate about you?
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones. Most bills never even get this far. I hope they decide to report on me favorably, otherwise I may die.
Die?
Yeah, die in committee. Oh, but it looks like I'm gonna live. Now I go to the House of Representatives and they vote on me.
If they vote yes, what happens?
Then I go to the Senate and the whole thing starts all over again.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And if they vote for me on Capitol Hill, well, then I'm off to the White House where I'll wait in a line with a lot of other bills for the president to sign. And if he signs me, then I'll be a law. I hope and pray that he will. But today I am still just a bill.
You mean even if the whole Congress says you should be a law, the president can still say no?
Yes, that's called a veto. If the president vetoes me, I have to go back to Congress and they vote on me again, and by that time you're so
By
old.
that time, it's very unlikely that you become a law. It's not easy to become a law, is it?
No, but how I hope and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill.
He signed your bill. Now you're a law.
Oh, yes.
One of the easiest and most direct ways that a citizen can get involved in democracy is by voting. This slide gives a brief overview of the important things to know when voting for president. However, it is also important to vote in state and local elections as well. And finally, get involved. Even if you can't vote now, it is still important to stay informed. You are affected daily by the government whether you vote or not. It is important to be aware of how the government affects you and how you can influence the government. browse our website, www.democracy.org, for important information about getting involved in democracy.